Welcome back to Mind of Man. If you've ever found yourself chasing a woman, constantly texting her first, rearranging your entire schedule just to get a little of her attention, or bending over backwards just to keep her interested, this video is for you. Because here's the truth men rarely want to hear: the more you chase her, the more you lose her. And worse, the more you lose yourself in the process. Chasing might feel like proof of your commitment, your desire, even your love. But to her, it often communicates desperation, neediness, and a lack of self-respect. This isn't just about dating dynamics, it's about identity. When you make her the center of your world, you unknowingly abandon the very qualities that made you attractive in the first place. Your independence, your strength, your masculine frame. And slowly, without realizing it, you become less of the man she once admired, and more of a man she feels pressured by, smothered by, or even repelled by. In this video, we are going to break it all down. First, we'll explore the psychology of chasing and why it always backfires. Then, we'll talk about how chasing doesn't just push her away. It slowly erodes your confidence and self-worth. We'll dive into the hidden truth about why women instinctively pull away when men pursue too hard. And most importantly, we'll uncover the alternative: what to do instead of chasing. Because here's the reality: the men who don't chase, the men who hold their ground, the men who focus on building lives worth living, are the men women naturally want to invest in. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why chasing is killing your relationships, and more importantly, how to stop before it destroys your masculinity. Let's get into it. 1. The psychology of chasing. Chasing a woman might seem natural. Movies, TV shows, and even songs glorify the man who wins her over by never giving up. But real-life relationships don't work like a romantic comedy. In reality, chasing often kills attraction. Here's why: attraction thrives on polarity. It's about the dance between masculine and feminine energy, give and take, space and pursuit. When you're constantly chasing, you eliminate polarity. You're signaling that she is the prize, the center of your world, while you are simply the pursuer. That dynamic instantly places you in a position of weakness. From a psychological perspective, chasing communicates lack. It tells her, "I don't trust that I'm enough. I need to do more, prove more, give more just to keep you interested." And the subconscious message women receive is this: if he needs me this much, maybe he doesn't have much else going on in his life. This is why women often lose interest the moment men start over-pursuing. It's not because women hate being wanted, it's because they can feel when a man is operating from fear instead of strength. Fear of losing her, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. And fear is the opposite of attraction. Think of it like this: have you ever bought something just because it was scarce? Maybe a limited edition sneaker, a sold-out concert ticket, or even the last item on the shelf. Scarcity creates desire. Chasing is the opposite. It communicates abundance of effort, meaning. She doesn't have to work for your attention. And what comes easy is rarely valued. Real-life example: a man meets a woman. They hit it off, and he starts bombarding her with messages. Good morning texts, memes all day, constant check-ins. At first, she's flattered. But quickly, she feels the weight of his neediness. He's giving her all his attention without her investing back. And once she doesn't have to earn his presence, she stops respecting it. The law of attraction is brutal but true. People value what they earn, not what they're handed. Chasing removes the earning process. So understand this: attraction isn't about chasing. It's about presence. It's about being a man so grounded in himself that she wants to invest, chooses to pursue, and feels pulled into your orbit. 2. How chasing makes men lose themselves. The most dangerous part of chasing isn't even losing her, it's losing yourself. When a man falls into the trap of pursuit, he often compromises his own identity. He stops hanging out with his friends. He abandons his passions and hobbies. He skips the gym, neglects his purpose, and rearranges his schedule to accommodate hers. Slowly, piece by piece, he dismantles his own life in order to prove his devotion. But here's the irony: the very things that made him attractive at the start, his independence, ambition, discipline, and confidence, are the first things he sacrifices when he starts chasing. And once they're gone, she doesn't see him as the strong man she admired. She sees him as a man orbiting her, trying to keep her interested with constant effort. This loss of self is more damaging than rejection, because when the relationship ends, the man looks in the mirror and doesn't even recognize who he is anymore. He's lost his frame, his identity, and often his sense of worth. Let's be honest, how many men have you seen become a shadow of themselves when they start dating someone new? At first, they're confident, funny, and full of life. But after months of chasing, they look drained, insecure, and desperate. That's the cost of putting her at the center of your world. And let me say this bluntly, if you sacrifice your identity for a woman, you don't deserve her respect, because no woman can respect a man who doesn't respect himself. Instead of chasing, you must guard your identity fiercely. Keep your passions. Maintain your friendships. Protect your mission. Because a man who knows who he is and refuses to lose himself for anyone is the man who women can't help but admire. 3. The hidden truth. Why she pulls away when you chase. One of the hardest truths men struggle with is this: the more you pursue, the more she retreats. Why does this happen? Because deep down, women are wired to test strength. When you chase excessively, it signals weakness. It tells her that she doesn't need to invest in you, because you'll do all the work. From her perspective, your chasing creates imbalance. She feels the weight of your effort but none of the thrill of investing herself. And people don't value what they don't work for. That's why women often become distant, cold, or even disrespectful when men overpursue. They're not trying to be cruel, they're responding to the loss of polarity. She feels smothered. She feels like she has all the power, and with too much power comes boredom. Think of it this way: if a cat runs from you and you chase it, it will always run faster. But if you sit still, grounded, and calm, eventually the cat comes to you. Relationships aren't cats, but the principle is the same. The more you chase, the further she runs. This is why men often feel confused. But I was doing everything right. I was showing her I cared. I was giving her attention. I was always available. Why did she pull away? The answer is simple. Care isn't attraction. Attention isn't respect. Availability isn't desire. In fact, too much of those things kills attraction. The hidden truth is this: if she's pulling away, the solution is not to chase harder. The solution is to step back, breathe, and allow her space to miss you. 4. The alternative: attraction through presence, not pursuit. So if chasing destroys attraction, what works instead? The answer is presence. Presence means living so deeply in your purpose, your growth, and your identity that women feel pulled into your orbit. It's about embodying strength, calmness, and self-respect. A man who is present doesn't need to chase. He doesn't need to bombard her with attention. His life itself is the attraction. He's on his mission. He's grounded in his body. He's socially connected, physically disciplined, mentally sharp. And she naturally wants to be part of that world. This doesn't mean you ignore her. It means you balance giving with holding back. You let her earn your time and attention, rather than handing it over unconditionally. You don't withhold affection. You simply don't give it out of fear. You give it out of choice. Real attraction is built when she feels she has something to lose. When she feels she needs to show up, invest, and contribute to keep your attention. That only happens when you stop chasing and start living. 5. Building a life she wants to join, not run from. At the end of the day, the best way to stop chasing is to build a life so rich that she naturally wants to be part of it. This means investing in yourself first, your fitness, your career, your friendships, your passions. A man who has abundance in life doesn't need to overpursue one woman. He knows he has value. He knows he is the prize. When your life is full of meaning, purpose, and growth, women are drawn to you. They don't feel like you're chasing them. They feel like they're being invited into something extraordinary. And this is the key: don't build your life around her. Build it around you. And if she fits into it, amazing. If she doesn't, you'll still be thriving. So let's bring this all together. Chasing her might feel like love, but it's really fear. It pushes her away, strips you of your identity, and leaves you weaker than when you started. The truth is, attraction can't be forced. it has to be earned. And the way to earn it isn't by running after her, it's by standing firm in who you are. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this: the man who chases loses both her and himself. The man who stands grounded in his presence may lose her, but he never loses himself. And ironically, that's what often makes her come back. If you found value here, make sure to check out my video, Break Your No Contact ONLY if this happens. It ties directly into what we discussed today. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the videos, designed to help you rise stronger, wiser, and more masculine. Because here in the Mind of Man, we don't chase, we grow.